Howdy all, grab yourselves a beer, it is time for some Path of Exile. And in the last video I made an attempt at crafting a very powerful Hubris circlet, and random numbers did not shine on me, therefore I missed out. This time I've prepared pretty much the same way. I've sourced 3 Hubrises. I tried to get 3 with exactly the same mods, and one of them at least item level 86, and I failed. I couldn't get 3 that had both locked intelligence and locked life. So using the same Regal and Annul strategy as I used on the last video, I started with 2 that were intelligence and life, both locked, and a third one that was intelligence only, and then I Regaled life on it. I actually got that in 3 tries, which was lucky. But anyways, the costs of Regal Orbs and Scouring Orbs is pretty low compared to the cost of buying the bases. I believe I paid 50 Chaos for this one, which is the item level 86. I paid 35 and 40 for these two, so again, we're looking basically an Exalted Orb. Now, just as I explained in the last video, I'm going to be using the second tier of Flat Energy Shield craft on each of these, and this time I'll be able to demonstrate what didn't come up last time, because I won't have enough. So, we have 44 and 41, that is 85. We then have 85 and 36. This is 121. We need 126, therefore that is not enough. Let's recraft this one. We're recrafting deliberately the lowest one, just because it has the most room to increase. And I believe that's perfect. I'm just going to be very double, triple certain on that. So 41, 82, 126. That's the magic number. So it's off to the synthesizer for another 5 in 9 chance. Five in 9, what are we going to get here? And that's exactly what we wanted to see. We only got 1 synthesized implicit. I believe that I had a 2 in 3 chance of getting 2 and a 1 in 3 of getting 1, but it's the one that we wanted. So now the next goal is going to be to Blessed Orb that up. I think I need to identify it to do that. No, I don't. There we go. There's 30. And where do we go from here? We've got our absurdly overpowered Hubris, and the next goal from here would be to use normal crafting methods to take it further. First up, I would be using Perfect Fossils to hit at least 28 quality. Alternately, you can use Haku to get it up to 28. If the Perfect Fossils hit 29 or 30, even better. Second up, I would be using either the Labyrinth enchantment device or the Enchanted Fossils in order to get a very good enchant. It doesn't necessarily need to be the absolute best one, and it doesn't need to be the one I personally would want to use. I'm playing in a trade league, and therefore I would rather craft something that is spectacular for someone else than something that is solid for myself. Once I've got it enchanted via use of Enchanted Fossils and or the Labyrinth device, and I've got a spectacular enchant on it, at that point I might put it on the market looking for a buyer, unless of course I happen to hit something that I want, like +2 Molten Strike projectiles for after I transition the build, but that's extremely unlikely. At that point, I would then be looking to craft it further in accordance with the with what is put onto it by the Labyrinth enchant. So let's say, for instance, I got a popular, at least a solid off-meta enchant like Animate Weapon has +40% increased damage. At that point, I would be smashing this with Bound Fossils until I got +3 to the level of Socketed Minion Gems. Were I to get Herald of Purity has -30% mana reservation. At that point, I would probably... Actually, I'm not sure what I would do at that point, because you wouldn't be socketing Herald of Purity into a 4-link that's not an Elder Helmet very lightly. Maybe someone might. I would have to do some research on the build. But in any case, get a good enchant on it, and then from there, you work out your further crafting based upon that. We'll just identify it, see what the native mods were no good. One other thing that is worth doing is it's got to be 4-linked at some point. So let's just do that the cheapest and easiest way of using an Orb of Binding on it, because those things do drop a fair bit. There we go. That's one truly magnificent base at the moment. and it's got a long way further to go. These, as I say, can be crafted for only about 2 exalts under current market conditions to get it to this point with an item level of 86. That may change in future, but keep it in mind because this is the most powerful thing you can do in synthesis crafting. You can also do similar things with boots and gloves, but it's harder. You can't get as high on the... They don't take as high a crafted mod, so you won't have the same ease of getting the plus 30. I believe on boots it's pretty easy still, but on gloves you need to actually roll energy shield mods. You can't use crafted ones. Anyways, any questions, hit me up below.